Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the CoffeeCast ProCast edition, where I am going to be bringing you SKMC, formerly OGSMC, who's spawning as our red Protoss on the top right side here on ESL Daybreak, and on the bottom left we do have EGPuma, the Korean way of saying it right there, given to us by MC. Oh, the sarcasm. Oh, I love the sarcasm and the trolling of MC. Oop, we do have EGPuma spawning as our blue Terran on the lower left-hand side. So, technically Korean versus Korean. Also, technically foreigner, which would be Puma, versus Korean, which would be MC. I mean, it's just where you want to look at how they live. I think Puma is in the EG house. Actually, don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on if he lives in that house or not. I'm actually not exactly sure, come to think of it. This is actually going to be a recast. I actually already did cast this entire series once, and it took me a very long time. And then when I looked at my my recordings afterward, I mean like right when I was about to start editing them and putting them up on YouTube, it turned out that they were all completely unusable. I mean, they were just really choppy and quite frankly for no apparent reason. So I'm really hoping that these come out better, because I'm gonna probably just, you know, break down in tears or something if I have to do these a third time. But I really want to bring these games to you guys because this is an excellent series. I just kind of realized I forgot to tell you what the series is. This is going to be... Oh... Before I say what this is from, the suspense. Puma is going to be hiding a barracks over here on the right side. Kind of lucky the probe did not choose to scout along the bottom path. But MC is going to get into this base. Puma might be trying to metagame a little bit. Maybe try to trick his opponent and think that he's going to fast expand. But actually, turning this command center into an orbital command does tell MC there's already a barracks on the map, and he just doesn't exactly know where it is. So I don't know if I quite agree with making this an orbital command if he's going to be putting his barracks all the way out here. I can't see proxy marines really doing all that much damage. Nonetheless, I believe that this is from the IEM. I'm fairly certain about that. And it is going to be a best-of-5 series. And I almost gave away what happened at the end by accident. But yeah, I mean, come on, MC and Puma. MC, probably one of the best Protoss players in the world. Puma, definitely one of the higher-ups of that Terran scale. Very, very good Terran player. And really, I can only see an explosive matchup coming out of these two players. MC actually still has his probe scout in Puma's base, just running that around for dear life. There's really no way he's going to get out with this Marine on the field, though. And you can even see this Marine being controlled by Puma directly, just to make sure the probe doesn't get out. Oh my goodness, right on the edge of that range. So close. We do see Puma going for that standard 1-Rax expansion versus Protoss. Very, very good way to counter the 1-Gate expansion, which is ever so popular out of the Protoss arsenal, which I would not be surprised at all to see here. And indeed, there we have the Nexus going down. 1-Gate expansion, very, very safe. We actually see MC doing kind of a little bit more safer style of it, in the fact that he went ahead and got 2 Stalkers out, a Zealot and 2 Stalkers out, rather than just getting that Nexus out and then starting to pump the military. But that's not a big deal at all, just once again a safer style. Definitely nice if you're going to be going against any sort of 3-Rax pressure, maybe just like a 2-Rax push or something into expansion out of a Terran player. Just good to have those extra units out onto the map. We do actually have an extra command center coming down onto the field right now. This is something you will see a lot in Terran versus Zerg. Not so much in Terran versus Protoss. So I guess I'm a little bit surprised to see it, but I don't think by any means it's a bad thing. It'll just help Puma stay up with that chrono boost of the Protoss, help keep up with that economy, and get a little bit of extra muling power out onto the map, which is always good in this early game. Especially, I mean, at 33 supply, to be having 3 mules being dropped down, that is going to put quite a nice mineral gain onto the field. Excuse me, for EG's Puma. I have quite a few sentries coming out for MC right now. We have 4 on the field over here at this natural expansion. And it looks like MC's really kind of starting to ramp up his military power quite a bit. Does have a couple of extra gateways on the map. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see a robotics facility dropped fairly shortly, as you really want to have that for the detection in case Banshees are coming onto the field. Ooh, this is a really nice engagement angle by MC, allowing him to shoot this bunker and the SCV repairing it, creating it without it being shot by the Marines in the other bunker. And Puma is forced to unload those and attack, and MC gets out taking minimal damage on those stalkers. Very nice job by him. And it actually looks like MC might be looking to push with a lot of sentries here. Only has 3 gateways down on the map. No robotics yet either. I find this kind of an interesting attack timing. The scan does go on in the main base. Puma is really not seeing anything here, and I suspect he doesn't really suspect anything big to be coming, because I mean, all he's seeing is 3 gateways. It's kind of not the heaviest attack, but look at the timing of this. He's going to be hitting probably around the 8:30 mark here with a lot of sentries and a lot of zealots to tank some damage. This could actually do quite a bit of damage, as all we have on the field right now are a bunch of Marines. I don't think Puma realizes that this attack is coming. I do not think he has seen this yet, and no, he has not. And here comes the army running in. Sentries can force field behind these bunkers to stop the mass repair, and indeed that is exactly what we're seeing. And sentries en masse actually do quite a bit of damage. Marines unloading from that bunker and trying to get out behind the force field, but it's a little bit too late. And we see a lot of the Marines have already fallen. The zealots are all down. There are a lot of sentries left on the field. That's not exactly what you want fighting for you. But we have a reinforcing round of Starkers coming in to pick off these Marines. It's going to be kind of close, but I think MC did get a massive advantage in this battle. Their only Marines against Starkers is not a good combination. Force field not exactly spot on, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, because Puma has lost so much at this point. And MC really has full control of this game and can really just kind of push if he wants to here. And fairly decent force field angles there, but not quite perfect. Does allow a lot of units to get up on top of him, but that's a lot of SCVs that Puma is losing right there and not getting to use. And lifting off his orbital command, this could actually be taken down. Needs to focus that down, shooting down a lot of the SCVs. You can always get those in a second, but losing that orbital command would be huge for Puma, but it does not look like MC is quite going to get it. And instead, MC is going to back home, lay down a robotics, lay down a couple of extra gateways, and it doesn't look like he's actually going to push this. We do have a couple of medevacs out onto the field right now, and that's definitely going to give a nice little bolster to Puma's forces, but he's so far behind at this point, I can't really see him mounting some major comeback, actually even using that medevac to save a few SCVs, which if we look over that harvest tab, Puma needs every single one of them, as it is currently 65 to 24 harvesters, and on that harvesters kill tab, 28 by MC. That is a lot. And now this extra orbital command for all those mules is going to be a very, very big deal for Puma. MC did fall back and lay down at third base, once again getting quite a bit of tech onto the field as well. Has the robotics bay coming down, has double forge. I really like this. MC knows that he has a huge advantage in this game, so he's going to go ahead, work his way up to tier 3 tech and get double upgrades, just out upgrade his opponent. And really it's kind of getting to the point where MC is going to have the advantage in economy, army, and technology. And once you get to that point in the game, you can find yourself in a world of hurt as an opponent, and really you have to have at least one of those advantages to be even considered to be in the game. And again, Puma's rapidly going to be losing that. He does currently have the upgrade advantage, I believe, at 1-0. But without continuing on those upgrades, you can find yourself in a lot of trouble. Just now getting combat shields, we do actually have that drop being spotted by this observer down here. So MC is going to have quite a few stalkers in place, but it does look like we have a counterattack coming along the bottom as well to hit this third base. Drop is trying to commence up in the main base, but there is nothing happening there as there are too many stalkers. In the meantime, the rest of the main army is running down to the third base to try to hold off this attack. Oh, force field is not quite in the best placement, only dropping 3 Marines instead of the entire army there. But with his blink losses out on the field, it's not going to matter. Very minimal losses taken by MC. Only 4 workers killed with a double-pronged attack. I'd say that that is a pretty good hold by MC, considering how much it would take to coordinate those little attacks. And for you Terran players who do not try to do these little double attacks, definitely do them. It's kind of like a Zerg attacking with his main force, you know, into a natural expansion, and then bringing a small clump of Zerglings into a third base just to harass a mineral line and try to take down a command building of some sort. Definitely be dropping, and you can see Puma even just has this medevac sitting up here, ready to go ahead and drop again if he so desires. And another medevac actually down here next to the third base. He's just ready to hit on all fronts if he so desires. Now these Colossus have been spotted, which means Puma is going to start pumping out Vikings to assist him in his battles. Going to need, I don't know, I think the magic number is like 3 to 4 Vikings per Colossus. And again, a nice little hold on this. Just, I love the positioning of MC's army. He's in position to defend this third base with this group. He can defend his main base with this group. And if something comes in to attack his natural expansion, this army is close enough right here. I mean, just look at how short of a distance it takes to get up and defend that. He can be there on a moment's notice, taking minimal losses. And, oh, we might be having a doom drop coming out of MC. And actually a lot of Stalkers running out of the main base into the middle of the map. So there's really nothing back here in the main base to defend against us. That's 3.5 medevacs full of units right there. A lot of units being instantly warped in by MC. But without charge, it might be a little bit difficult to kill all of these units as they kite around. Really needs to get the main army in there as quickly as he possibly can. It's doing a little bit of damage actually, but it seems like there were just enough zealots here where the units are not target firing probes or pylons or production facilities of any sort, linking up even to go ahead and take out a few extra units and taking out quite a few medevacs and quite a few of the units that were in that drop. In the meantime, we do have another attack coming down on the third base with another medevac dropping down there, but again, very minimal damage taken by MC. But you can see with every single little drop, Puma has become closer and closer to MC. He's now killed 20 workers instead of 5. He's now only 40 supply behind instead of, you know, I think it was 80 at one point. MC sitting in a good spot, but slowly losing those little advantages that he was getting. Currently, even on upgrades, Harvester count shows definitely in MC's favor, but with mules, Puma keeping up just fine. And it looks like MC might be looking to attack now. Still does not have charge. Oh, charge is about to finish, about 10 seconds away. Vikings trying to get a volley or two off on those Colossus. Do get one volley off, but are now deflected by those Stalkers. And the main army for Puma just going to have to fall back. Observer is sitting over this third base. MC knows this is here. I'm surprised he's not trying to move into position to hit that. And now we even have Archons coming into this field. This is going to be a very powerful death ball out of MC. Just having those Archons, a lot of charge loss, and a few Colossus to back everything up. I actually can't think of a much better combination, except maybe a few more Blink Stalkers mixed in just for a final punch, and maybe some High Templar with Storm, as this is a very large biological army up onto page 3 in that ride. MC just going to go ahead and take down his ruck to widen his engagement angle here. And there we go, there are actually a lot of High Templar Storm. It doesn't look like MC max out here wants to push in. There's quite a bit of energy left for these High Templar. Storms could go down at any moment. There's 2 beautiful storms right on top of that army, just decimating the front line, and even more storms going down. There's really not much health left on any of these units. There are no medevacs left in the air to heal them up either, and the entire army for Pumas fell instantly, while MC only losing 16 of his supply, and that wasn't even a challenge for MC, just decimating the armies of Puma with some beautifully placed storms, with some Colossus with great splash damage, and just a amazing army composition. I mean, Colossus, Archon, Storm Templar, Blink Stalker, Charge Lot, Sentry. I don't even know how you counter that except some Ghosts with EMP. I guess that would be one great step forward for Puma in that game. But a very nice engagement by MC, opening up with that 3-gate Sentry pressure, not quite able to finish off his opponent, falling back onto a 6-gate Robo, taking an extra base, just upgrading, teching up, and when the time was right, came out, pushed across the map, and just annihilated his opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and I thank you for joining me here on the Coffee Cast. If you have not been keeping up, please go to coffeebreak.blogspot.com. That is Coffee Break with a 0.blogspot.com. And there you can find where I'm blogging about what it's like to be an amateur caster, some of the problems that you might encounter if you're looking to stream, maybe, you know, just stream your ladder games. If you're looking to begin casting a little bit yourself, it's a great place to go and see, see where all my mistakes are, so you don't make the same mistakes yourself. And I also talk a little bit about pieces of the game. My most recent one was about using dynamic timings. It's more for you younger players, using dynamic timings instead of static timings. So instead of saying, you know, at 30 out of 42 supply, do this. More like, you know, when your cybernetic score is halfway finished, it's time to lay down this. Just kind of an interesting little concept again, mainly geared towards you younger players. So if you have not already, go check that out. And I will go on to game number 2 of this best of 5 series. MC up 1-0. He has a little bit of momentum. Will he be able to do a quick finish off of Puma? Stick around and find out. This is Coffee Break, signing out.